Our Portland Trail Ride is Hare Scramble, May 2018, and I get a horrible start as usual. I stalled the bike off the line, trying to kick it into gear too quick. Takes me a couple seconds to get off the line, and leaving late with everybody. The last couple of races I've just been getting horrible starts, so I've been trying to give the field at least a 10-second head start. That way I can help everybody out. So this track was pretty short, seemed pretty short this year. I didn't really care for how rough it got. It was pretty brutal. The day after I was dying. I was really sore. I just felt like I was killed my body over all the braking bumps and the acceleration bumps on this track. It was a pretty harsh track after it gets torn up after so many laps. So coming in off the motocross track after the start, you come to the woods section. It's just single file, everybody piled in, really tight. Not a whole lot you can really do. You just gotta sit, kind of be patient, maybe pick a rider off, one at a time, two at a time. Just try not to put it on the ground in a big group of people. So I just cut ahead. One person fell there, so pick up a position, pick up another position. It's kind of tough through the woods with as many people coming off the starting line. Didn't feel too bad the first lap. It's really, I've only had the sprint enduro of the race, and then this first Hare Scramble of the year for me, so I wasn't even going to show up, but I ended up canceling some other plans and came to the racetrack. So right here, took a shortcut through the mud and got another couple positions. Fast forward through all the woods sections because it's kind of boring, being really kind of slow. Wasn't real fun with that many people and how tight it was. As soon as it gets to the motocross track and the open grass track, it's a little bit more fun. There we go, the open grass track after the motocross track. This is the open cornfield. This section was pretty fun. Just got to do some nice ski jumps out in the open, get a little bit of speed up. This straightaway I was hitting probably about 40-45 miles an hour, so it wasn't too bad. It was pretty fun. At least it was hard pack and it didn't get too bumpy there, so it was a pretty easy ride through there. Through the grass track, I was really trying to pick some positions up, try to start advancing back towards the front. It was pretty fun actually, racing against people in the grass track. I didn't mind this too much. It did get pretty darn bumpy and it gets pretty torn up, but at least you can hone your skills in with cornering. You got to really practice the turns and the ruts, which I'm slowly getting better at. So at least it's a good track for that, where you can really practice your cornering speed, because you better get good at cornering or you're not going to have very good lap times. And everybody seemed to be really bunched up. The first 3 laps was really everybody was bunched up throughout the whole course until about 4 or 5, it really kind of spread it out, and then it wasn't as bad. This one I kind of blew the turn on. I forgot that it was going to be a sharp uphill. I know we did it the opposite way last fall. I know everybody's asking me where my Yamaha is, and that's been a basket case. Well, that hasn't been as much of a basket case as my daughter's bike. I bought a CRF 110 for my daughter, and that's kind of derailed my Yamaha project and doing the updates to my Yamaha. You know, first I didn't have any money over the winter, and then once I got money in, it was, you know, like work on the suspension to get it rebuilt, and you know, buy some parts here and there, and then I, you know, started tearing into my daughter's bike because it wasn't running right. So that one's been a whole project yet, and I still haven't put my daughter's bike back together. I'm hoping to work on it this weekend to at least complete one bike. So I can complete my daughter's CRF 110, then I can start working on my Yamaha again. Maybe I'll have it ready for June. So I think for the first couple of races, I'll be handicapped riding my Aprilia here. It's a 300-pound pig, so at least for this race, I finished top 10, which it's not bad. Got 9th place, and it was overall a pretty good day, pretty good ride with it. I was pretty happy with it. I was running decent lap times. Didn't make too many mistakes. Put it on the ground here and there. Coming up here on the log jump, I put it on the ground. I ended up crossing lines with this guy and took a good fall. That was pretty fun. Just lucky I didn't get hit. Got back up and then just, you know, kept on riding. I think Aaron Cook's right there, so I was able to battle with him for a good portion of the first lap. I guess he was dealing with a knee injury, and talking to Jeff Carroll, he was telling me he showed up, but he had a problem with his knee. And I know Jeff wrecked on the second lap. I didn't even get to see him wreck on the second lap, but I did catch it in my video. I saw him catch like his bike at the edge of the fence. I saw him just crawling back to it. Kind of a bummer for him, because he was having a pretty good run on the first lap. Me, I was just trying to stay at a steady pace. I figured if I just ride at a good pace, keep going the whole race without doing, you know, any major damage or, you know, no really dumb mistakes, and just try to stay consistent. Figured I could probably put it in the top 10. So that was my main goal here. So I accomplished that. So I was pretty happy. And back here on the motocross track, this is, you know, a pretty fun section. I just couldn't clear that double though. My bike's too much of a pig, too slow, too heavy. And this uphill with a nice berm, that was real fun though. And then getting back into a back section of the motocross track and whatever grass tracks here. A lot of this area was pretty fun. This uphill seemed to be challenging for me a couple times. Sometimes I screwed up the berm. It was hard to climb it. Right there I was pretty smooth with it. Ended up getting 9 laps in, so I got a few times to hit that uphill, and a couple times I made it right. A couple times I did really not so good. Yeah, his first lap, I think I was kind of slow. That was like my slowest lap. That was like 17 minutes on the first lap, and then after that I got my lap times down to like 15, sometimes 14 and a half. I wasn't doing too bad in terms of trying to turn lap speeds. But there goes one of the M-Class guys, man. They were really ripping up the track. They were flying. And this was a really fun berm too. Once you got good at it, to rail it, that was pretty fun. I got a lot better at it towards the end of the day. And this pretty much ends the first lap here. Coming into the final stretch here where we get to go ahead and record our first lap time. And this is where Pony ditched his bike, so he's off here to the right, so I didn't even see him when I was going by. Poor guy. That really kind of sucked. He broke his visor off his helmet, and I'm sure he's pretty sore the day after. Even the day of, I'm sure he was sore. I was talking to him afterwards. Here's the enduro section. Just take a highlight of this. It wasn't too bad. It was a little bit more tricky just because they put some extra rocks in there, but it really wasn't too bad. It was just sometimes hard to square up my line. A couple times I took the shortcut around the tires like Booster said, and then jumped back on the course. I've seen a couple people where they just totally cut the course and they weren't even doing the logs or anything else. More of the wood section. This lap 2, it was a little bit better, but there was still quite a few people. I wasn't going to try to like push it as fast as I possibly could. I figured I'd just pace myself for the whole day. And I always try to let the faster riders go. I'm not going to try to hold anybody up. I don't even care if you're in my class. I'll just let you by. I figured out if I try to push it, I put it on the ground, so it's not really worth it. And I try to be patient about passing people. Every time I try to push it and pass people, and I screw up and I put myself into the weeds, or I put it on the ground. So I'm trying to be patient. So overall, that's it. That's my video. So we'll catch you guys at the next race.